Yours, damn right, it's better than yours. I can teach you.
What's good? What's up, Messy Mom? It's your girl, MessyMya, and I am back again with another motherfucking tea video, ho. Yeah, I'm ready to get into the mess. The girls have been popping their ish about, and they're on all that. And I'm ready to get into it. I'm ready to pop my shit too about what's going on because, baby, it's a lot going on. So let's go ahead and get into it. And let me say this. I said what I said. I don't care how nobody feel about it. I feel like Tavii should have got Ivori. I feel like she should have popped Ivori. I don't give a fuck. Win, lose, or draw. I don't care because I feel like, me personally, I feel like Ivori will tear through Tavii. But I feel like Tavii should have got that hoe. I don't care. Because let me just say this, right? If I'm fighting somebody, if I'm in a fight, if I'm scuffling, doing whatever, and I'm doing my shit, I'm winning. Okay, I understand that you want to defend your friend. You don't want your friend to get beat up. Ain't nobody gonna sit there. Realistically, right? Nobody's gonna sit there and watch their friend get beat up. That's why Biggie was getting so much backlash, right? Okay, cool. But it's really just like, bitch, don't touch me, ho. Don't touch me. If you want to run that for your friend, run that for your friend. But don't wait until my back is turned when I'm in a fight with somebody else to start putting my arm behind my back and start putting me in the headlock, choking me, got me in a chokehold because your friend is losing the fucking fight. Girl, ain't no way. Yeah, I feel like Tavii should have got Ivori. I said what I said. I feel like there was no reason as to why. I don't care. I feel like there was no reason as to why Tavii did not get her. Like, I don't know. Bitch, I don't want to call you scary, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like you should have got that hoe.
I'll slap the fuck out you right now.
I'm talking about every single fight that Tavii was into. Ivori was pissing me off, like I said in my review. Playing security. Girl, playing security, girl, I'm tired of it, girl. Like I said, I know you're built like security. I know you might be built like security guard, bitch. You're not a security guard, though, huh? Like, you're not security. They got security here for a reason. It is what it is. And if you want to catch a fade for your friend because your friend can't fight, your friend can't with her, okay? Your friend is not messing with her. Because ain't no way KK, co-killer, right? Co-killer hoe, ain't no way that she, like that one round, right? Where KK had snuck Tavii when Tavii was trying to say something to Ivori. Girl, ain't no way that you're holding me back after I just got snuck. I don't understand why Tavii didn't steal off in Ivori's shit. I'm sorry. She should have went across her shit and I said what I said. You should have got her. Because why she keep touching you? Why she keep touching you? Bitch, do you want to run that? Do you want to run that? If you want to run that fade for your friend, ho, just say that. But like I said, don't wait until I'm already in a fight and then you get to touching me. You feel like your friend is getting beat up, ho, pull your friend up. Get her up out the crossfire. Get your friend up out of there. Don't touch me, though. Fuck is we talking about?
Unhand me now. Do not touch me.
No, that shit pissed me off. Oh my God. And I thought Big Legs, and I was irritated by Big Legs. Big Legs don't got nothing on Ivori, girl. Because Ivori was actually, I don't care. I feel like, because at that point, it's a 2-on-1. Because why are you pinning my arms back while somebody else is just getting free legs and they just doing what they want to do to me? No, I don't care. No, I don't care. And then when Tavii did confront Ivori, Ivori is literally telling her in her face like, nah, bro, I don't care. She's smaller than you. Okay, so get up with me then. You feel like I'm too big to fight your friend? Then what's up? Like, I don't know. I feel like Tavii should have got her. And we just going to leave it there. But of course, the fans feel the same way. And the fans basically confronted Tavii about the whole thing. Like, bitch, you were literally in a fight with somebody else. It had nothing to do with Ivori. And here come Ivori putting your arms behind your back and getting you in a chokehold. So why you ain't doing nothing? There's no reason as to why Tavii should not have done nothing. Like, I feel like Tavii has fought people for less. You should have got that hoe. Yeah, girl, let's go ahead and get into it. So, like I said, the fans feel like the same way. They feel like Tavii should have popped on Ivori, okay? Because Ivori was doing the most. So, somebody said, Tavii better than me. I would have snuck Ivori. Then somebody else said, LMAO, Tavii knew better. Mind you, she popped off on everybody else, but not Big Ivori. and like I said, I'm not trying to be messy, but that's all I'm saying. Like, oh, actually, I am being messy. It's MessyMya. Why did Tavii, like, what's up? What's tea? Why didn't you pop on Ivori? Like, Ivori, like I said before, I feel like Tavii has been popping her, and I give her props, baby. One thing about it, and two things for sure. Tavii been popping her shit this whole time. And baby, I give props where props are due. She has been popping it. She has. That's why I'm confused. Like what? Like really though? What's tea though? Why ain't you pop Ivori when Ivori was putting her hands on you when you was in there with KK? I really want to know. I really want to know because like I said, I feel like Tavii been popping off for less. Baby, something as little as DTB sneaking Natalie last season. She was ready, literally went online, ready to line it up with DTB because DTB snuck Natalie at the reunion. Something as little as that, baby. You was ready to come on the show and pop it. And baby, it ended up in you and DTB going round for a round for a round for a round. So it just don't make no sense to me how she is able to put herself in other people's beef, insert herself in other people's beef. Mind you, she did it with LCK too. So you know what I'm saying? Like it just don't make no sense. Like I said, baby, props to you. You pop it. You've been popping it. You've been in the field, baby. But I'm just trying to figure out why you ain't get that with Ivori. When Ivori was literally putting her hands on you while you was into it with somebody else. It just don't make no sense to me. I'm just saying. It don't make no sense to me, and I can't figure out a reason as to why she ain't popped that hoe. Okay, so the fan basically called Tavii a punk ass hoe for not getting in the field with Ivori, not defending herself against Ivori, just basically not retaliating against Ivori when Ivori was doing the most when it came to her getting into it with KK. So they basically like, yeah, like Tavii knew better. Like there's a reason why Tavii didn't pop off on Ivori. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, girl. She was real strategic with it, girl. She didn't want none of that hoe. She didn't want no smoke with Ivori. That's why she didn't do it. So she pulled Tavii's card. So Tavii, baby, she responded and she said, the last thing we're going to say is that I knew better. I'm just saying, well, what was it? Literally, what was it? I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out, boo. Like, what it, like I said, what it is, hoe, what's up? You should have beat Ivori up. You should have got that hoe. That's all I got to say. But girl, she got interviewed and she basically answered this question. Shout out to the boys who did this interview with her.
Why didn't you necessarily up on Ivori when she was basically hemming you up from doing
She
your
never
one?
hit me up. We gonna do that. We gonna say that first. She never hit me up. A him to me is somebody doing this. That's a him. Okay, she held my hands and she was like, yo, don't do it. She too small, blah, blah, blah. Like y'all hear certain audio. You understand what I'm saying? And you also hear me saying, my nigga, stop, please stop. She talked about my son. She's like, but you talked about our kid too. And I'm like, no, but we back and forth like that. And she's like, all right, I understand. She's like, no, but I just don't want you to beat her up, please, friend. You thrashing her. I'm like, all right. Like Ivori, I'm not trying to go back and forth with you, my nigga. Let's just let me do me right now. Let me do me. And then that's when I started doing me. But I didn't notice, like, at the time, she was like, you know, she would stop breaking it up and shit. But then at the time, I don't know at which part of the fight, I got one of these.
Yeah, she pushed you in the head like an ad pissed.
Yeah.
And shout out to the interviewers for asking the questions that we want to know. But I'm just saying, I'm not really buying the answer. Like, I'm not really buying the answer. I feel like I don't want to say that she full of it, but I'm just saying I'm not really buying the answer. Like, oh, she said, oh, she too small. So what you want to do? And then she spoke on it as if Ivori stopped touching her. Like, she spoke on it as if her and Ivori spoke about it. They kind of went back and forth, and then Ivori said, I understand, and left her alone. Ivori never left you alone. She kept touching you. Even after you apparently, quote unquote, told her to leave you alone and let you do you. And this, that, and the third. Girl, I don't know, girl. Like, I feel like there was no reason as to why she should be. It's not even like Ivori was like pulling her away. Even then, it's like, girl, you're not security. Move out the way. But it's like, it's not even like she was just pulling you away from the fight. No, she literally pinned your arms behind your back and then put you in a headlock. And girl, so like I said, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because I feel like I've been talking about this for a long time. I'm not buying her answer. Like, I don't, like I said, I really don't. I'm trying not to call her scary. Like, I really am, because I've seen her get in the field so many times. Like, but I'll say picky choosy. I feel like that's still a form of being scary, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there was no reason as to why she shouldn't have popped Ivori. There was no reason as to why you and Ivori didn't get in the paint when Ivori continuously put her hands on you. If you feel like KK is too small to get in the paint with Tavii, then you should have got her. Get her out the fight. Get her up out of there. But you trying to pin somebody arms behind their back and put them in a headlock when they're into it with somebody and they're winning? Girl, please. Please. And we're not gonna act like Ivori wasn't over on Now That's TV, literally whooping smaller girls. Literally girls that she was twice the size as. Girl, please, I'm not finna play with you. Tell me she too small. Girl, what happened to poor Legacy, girl? Back on Young and Reckless, girl, every single time you got into it with Legacy, you done toe Legacy up every time. And we ain't say nothing about size then, but now all of a sudden it's size this side. I cannot stand when they use size as a crutch. It is so annoying. If you're beefing with somebody and it's to the point where both of y'all bringing up kids and talking about kids and it's getting bad and both of y'all literally have beef with each other and KK is willingly getting in the paint with Tavii, win, lose, or draw. Shout out to her. Why are you breaking it up about quote unquote size? Girl, please. Please. But you was in the background hyping up KK though. Every single time KK did it, and you coaching KK on how to fight. That's why it looks weird to me. That's why it looks weird. You weren't breaking it up as, oh no, she's too small, girl, please. If KK would have got the up on Tavii, you wouldn't have broke it up. I know you wouldn't have, because you were literally coaching KK on how to beat up Tavii before they even fought. Tavii should have got her. That's all I'm gonna say. I said what I said, and that's it. I'm not buying her answer. I feel like she full of shit. Next. So child, so speaking of being full of it, girl, LCK came online and started popping it about Tavii. Mad at the fans that the fans were praising Tavii about winning against Fauna and KK. Let's go ahead and get into it. So she said, y'all praising Tavii for beating on a smaller girl is insane, especially after she mentioned that girl's child first. Also, first of all, it's just so crazy to me. I just don't understand why y'all keep bringing up size. You should have just stuck with Tavii speaking on KK's child first, because at the end of the day, that is definitely true. You know what I'm saying? They were going to go out in the field and fight anyway, because KK was throwing stuff at Tavii inside the winery. But I'm just saying, Tavii took it there the moment that she spoke on KK's parenting and her child, right? She should have never did that. However, it's just so crazy to me how LCK is online defending somebody who literally slapped her back into her chair and she didn't do nothing about it. We don't want to hear nothing that you got to say, LCK. We don't want to hear nothing you got to say, LCK. We don't want to hear nothing you got to say, LCK. We don't care what you got to say. You got slapped back into your chair. She slapped you. She snuck you, and you literally did nothing about it. Girl, we don't want to hear what you got to say. But let's go ahead and see what she got to say. So she also talk about size, but you've been running it with girls smaller than you this whole time, girl. And they've been whooping on you, girl. You know what I'm saying? You talk about, oh, y'all praising Tavii for beating on a girl that's smaller than her, when your first fight was with K Rican when she's smaller than you. Size don't matter, because K Rican won multiple rounds with you, and you're bigger than her. So I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Girl, you fought small too. Girl, please. Anyways, so she said also, them all ganging up on me. Okay, so she basically starts complaining about how they were all ganging up on her and how they wouldn't let her talk and how they just accused her being a liar without letting her explain herself. Girl, you literally are I'm not gonna say you the problem, but girl, you is in the middle of everything going on between the two trios, girl. You know what I'm saying? And you done got caught up until this point. You done got caught in multiple lies. Nobody wants to hear you talk anymore. Nobody wants to hear you talk. Nobody wants to hear you play victim. And then you're coming online playing victim, girl. We don't want to hear nothing about it. We don't care. So girl, next. Okay, so LCK wasn't the only one that came online about the whole situation. So y'all know it was this back and forth between Tavi and KK about who did what in the club, who said what in the club. Girl, KK said all she did was dap them up. Tavi said that KK was basically riding her and giving her props about the fight. But KK was like, ho, why would I ever give you props about fighting me and my girls? That just don't make no sense. I don't even talk like that. I would never do that. So girl, Tavi putting in on her son. It was just a lot of back and forth about it all. Okay, so a fan tweeted, I don't think Tavi is lying about Coke Killer telling her she did her shit. That just doesn't sound like something to lie about. And she got into it with her own friend in the house over it. That's not that deep to lie about. Hashtag Baddies Africa. KK said, I did not say words to her. Me, her, and Russian all just dapped. Like I been said, the fuck I got a lie for her. And then she told the fan to shut up. KK says she is tired of y'all. At this point, I don't know what happened, girl. And quite frankly, I don't even care anymore. It's just like they're both denying it. Girl, we ain't never gonna find out the truth. But y'all let me know who y'all feel like is lying. If y'all feel like one of them is lying, okay? Or if it's a little mixture of both. Y'all let me know though. Look at Tesehki, she's so pretty. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. So baby, word on the curb is that Tesehki wanna come back to baddies, okay? And I'm not gonna lie, and I'll just say this. Can't nobody convince me that that Zeus did not kick Tesehki to the curb. Like, you cannot convince me that Tesehki did not get fired. Because I just feel like, you know, she swears up and down. She swears up and down that she willingly left the show, that she left the show. She didn't, you know what I'm saying? She left the show, right? Then I just feel like when you leave a show, you leave and don't turn back. And if you do turn back, you know, it gives desperate a little bit. But let's go ahead and get into it. So I feel like every single time she go live, it don't give that she left the show. It don't give that she left the show. It gives that they kicked her to the curb and she wants to come back. Because she goes live and she talks about it all the time. Even trashes the new season. So it's just like, girl, which one is it? Did you leave or did they kick you to the curb? Which one? So, girl, we're going to get into it. And I'm telling you, it's a few videos, but I'm going to play it from oldest to newest. Which the newest is recently. So she been talking about them ever since she left the show. Or got kicked off. Or got fired. Girl, I don't know at this point.
Leave you back on baddies.
They know that shit. Listen, I love my bitch on baddies, but that shit's whack. Ain't nobody made the crowd. Ain't nobody made people at their house on the couch be like, how I did. Yeah. I get it. I get it. Wait, I just saw Lemmy the other night. I love him. He loves me back. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out.
And you look better
I'm not too good for
99,
baddies.
so
I'm not too good for baddies. But I can say this. I crank that bitch. It's whack. They said the show is whack. I don't even watch it because I love y'all. I love y'all. Stay strong. Stay strong. But this is boring without you. Oh. It is, man. I thought y'all said I was boring. Who said to see? You know we don't want you back. You're boring. I'm like, what? I give you all the best fights, the best thing. Like, y'all all be scripted. And I thought that y'all be like, oh, it's a fighting show. And it's like, I don't like the fight. But then it's like, the fact that when I do fight, I entertain you guys. So it's like, okay. And then, like, you can never say a Gemini don't have personality. We have multiple personality.
Okay, so first of all, whoever got up under her comment section saying that the show is whack without her, y'all are liars. Like, the show, I'm not gonna lie, yes, the show is not all that. Honestly, I would prefer Baddies Going Wild over Baddies Africa. But I'm not finna sit here and lie and say that Tesehki not being on the show is the reason why the show is lame. I'm not finna say that. Like, that's a lie. Like, that is a lie because even y'all are delusional. Like, and I like Tesehki, but I'm not finna sit here and lie and act like she has a personality outside of fighting. Or, like, obviously she has a personality, but it does not come off on camera, respectfully. Her personality does not come off on camera. We see more of her personality, like, when she does her bookings, and when she goes live, and when she does videos, and TikToks, and all this stuff. We see her personality more so like that. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that she has no personality, but on camera, it does not come out. The only time when it comes out is when she's fighting or arguing with somebody. That's it. That's all. And I said what I said. Like, I'm not, like I said, I like Tesehki, and I do feel like Baddies Africa can get boring, but I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's boring because she's no longer on the show. That is a lie. Like, that's a lie. Because what about Baddies Midwest? But what about the other seasons that she was on? Outside of fighting, she really did not give much personality. Like, in the scenes where it's like where the most personality comes out, her personality was not coming out like that. Her personality was not coming out on camera outside of her fighting. So I just feel like that's what it was. Again, I feel like I don't know, it makes me believe that she may have got fired or kicked to the curb or some type of disagreement or something, but I don't feel like the way that she's acting, I don't think that she just up and left the show. Like, I don't believe that, because what do you mean you're not too good for baddies? Like, the fan was literally telling her, like, hey girl, like, you're too good for baddies. And she's like, fuck no, I'm not too good for baddies. And even for her to be like, oh, the show was whack without me. The show was whack when you were on it. Baddies Midwest was not all that, and you were on that season. You know what I'm saying? And then I feel like yes, I would never take it away from her. Like, she's obviously the best fighter. Like, I'm talking about hands down the best fighter. But girl, outside of fighting, she wasn't really giving much. And I'm going to just leave it there. Tesehki said that she's not too good for baddies, but I feel like Tesehki is too good for baddies. And if you're doing your bookings, and she does, she literally has tours going on with her bookings. Like, baby, stick to that, especially because your personality comes out a lot more when you're going to these things versus you getting on camera and it's really little to nothing. Like, so I don't know. And Tavii baby, pretty much address all the former cast members that ever came on Baddies that trash talks the show. Which is, you know what I'm saying, which is a little crazy, because I'm not gonna lie, Tesehki really been the only one very much vocal about it, very much saying how, like, yeah, Baddies Africa is whack now that I'm not on there. But let's go ahead and get into it.
Like, what's good? Why y'all coming out of nowhere trying to... Come on. Come on. Y'all looking corny right now. Y'all looking corny because y'all been on.
Leave you back on Baddies.
They know that shit. Listen, I love my bitch on Baddies, but that shit's whack. Ain't nobody made the crowd. Ain't nobody made people at their house on the couch be like, how I did.
Yeah.
I get... We just got on. What's up with that, though? That shit is mad corny. And then little do y'all know, a lot of us sat on our couch and watched us and was fans of y'all. And now y'all coming out. This is crazy.
And I agree with her. I do also think that it's corny, especially when Tesehki swears up and down that she is the one who left the show. They didn't fire her. They didn't kick her to the curb. But she's the one that up and left Zeus. And then now that you up and left Zeus and you're doing your own thing, shout out to her, because she's touring, she's booked and busy, you know what I'm saying, as she should be. You talking down on the new bitches, saying how it's whack without you and ain't nobody did this like you, girl. And like I said, I am not taking it away from Tesehki. Tesehki gets out there, baby. She gets down, she don't play. Her fights are definitely something, but it's, girl, you know what I'm saying? I still feel like it's corny. Like, if you're going to say the show was boring, say the show was boring. Like me, I'm going to say, yeah, Baddies Africa can get a little boring. Sometimes a lot boring. It can get boring. However, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's boring because Tesehki's not on the show. Okay, and like I said, Tavii has been popping it. And she been popping it about her cast members too. Let's go ahead and get into that. Baby, Tavii also said she don't care who you are. She don't care what you do. Baby, if you got a problem with her, you want to get that at the reunion, you can get that. She don't care who you are.
I've been being played with too much and I'm not doing it no more. So when I get to the reunion, whoever won it can get it. Everybody. You say too much to me, you gonna get it. If you chime in my conversation and ain't got nothing to do with you and you going in, you're gonna get it. I'm not doing it no more. I'm done with everybody. I'm not doing it. I'm tired of being pushed to the side and being clowned and doing this and doing. I'm not doing it no more. I got a good heart and y'all playing with it. Y'all trampling on it like this. Y'all playing with me. I'm not
saying I don't deserve to be here. It's like, why do you feel like I don't deserve to be here? And I be looking at some of the comments and it's like, all of it is based on the look. Like, okay, you don't like the way I look, but it's okay. It's fine. But why do you feel like I don't deserve to elevate? Why do you feel like I don't deserve to get my family out the hood? It's just weird. Situation, I think Big Lex did the most. To me, it's like, it was weird. It came out of nowhere. Dolly, she used to be extra. She was like hating on a lot of girls unnecessarily. Like you mad at this girl, you hating on her. It's like everything is unprovoked.
You think it probably like stems from like insecurities or anything like that, or just...
I'll tell y'all this. One day we was in a club, right? I was in the bathroom. I was just putting my lip gloss on, and she was standing behind me in the mirror, and she goes, "You know I'm the prettiest black girl on Zeus Network." And I said, "I don't think you are, but I like your confidence."
Yeah,
and it was so random, like...
If it's true that Bad Dolly did say that, which is crazy because I could see her saying some weird shit like that. Like, oh, I'm the prettiest black girl on Zeus. Like, that is just so unprovoked and weird. Like, what made you say that? Like, that is just so weird. Like, why can't y'all all just be beautiful in peace? Like, why? Girl, Bad Dolly. Girl. Anyways, but speaking of Bad Dolly, girl, she is never going to beat the allegations. that she rides Natalie's, you know what? And girl, she said she would bump purses with Natalie. She said she would do this with Natalie and do that with Natalie. And okay, so y'all know that one time, right? It was like a couple weeks ago where Jazz had gotten into it with, and she got into it with Natalie, and then she kind of drugged the big three into it by basically saying how Natalie was talking about them and talking about how she don't like them for real and how they're immature and da-da-da-da-da. Well, girl, Bad Dolly, and I'm just now seeing this too. I know I'm kind of late, but Bad Dolly basically said, like, I don't care if Natalie talks about me. I don't care if Natalie talks ish about me. I don't care what Natalie says. I'm a chinyan. I'm all that. I'll be that. Girl, you're not going to beat those allegations, girl. Get it together. Let's go ahead and get into it.
You call somebody a motherfucking chinyan. Yes, girl, love being one. I don't give a fuck. Natalie could have said whatever she wanted to say about me. I don't give a fuck what Natalie say about me. I'm just going to be real. I don't. Somebody eat some dick, bitch. If Natalie had a dick, I would chew that motherfucker up. I promise you, but I don't like girls yet. I ain't been turned out yet, y'all. But, bitch, who? Had to hear Miss Natalie none. The fuck? Bitch, a dick rider. Bitch, yeah, I wish Natalie did help. I would ride it from here to where the man landed on the moon and back.
You are a lapdog. You are a puppet. Like, you literally sat on your live and said, I'll ride Natalie to the moon. When you said that, I knew we lost her. We fucking lost her. Dolly is fucking gone. They got her, bro. No, for real. They got her.
Like, what a sick thing to say. What a sick thing to admit. Like, oh, I would do this. I wish she had this, because if she had this, I would do that. Girl, you're sick. You are sick, and that is a sick friendship, and it's not a friendship at all. You literally just sat up there and said, like, I don't care what Natalie said about me. Mind you, like I said, Jazz literally said that Natalie was talking. Girl, talking cash shit about the big three to her. Oh, I don't care what Natalie says, girl. I don't care what she say, girl, and I'm a chinyan. I'm all that. And girl, and she better be lucky she don't got one, because if she had one, baby, I would ride it from here to the moon. Girl, you're sick and you're lost. And baby, it is what it is, girl. That's what you want. That's what you want. But that's not no real genuine friendship. You're using her. She's using you. And you know, get what you can out of her. I don't know. Because girl, word on the curb is that deep down, she don't like you for real. And she talk about you. But Bad Dolly says she don't care. I feel like that is sick and it's sad. Okay. All right, y'all. I gotta go make another video. But bye.